Network marketing is a product or service that is not advertised on TV, and it's actually shared just person to person, just like you would a favorite book or a movie or a restaurant. Hey, you know, I found this great book or restaurant and you're gonna love it, and I suggest you go use it or see it. And that's what network marketing is. It's just working one time, selling a product or service, but you get paid over and over. None of my days actually look the same from day to day, and that's what I love about what I do. So in the morning, I actually take my daughter to school, and then I start making calls to different people that I can connect with around the valley. And I actually network quite a bit just to meet other people that are doing different types of network marketing businesses around the valley. That includes me meeting with people, presenting them with my product or service, seeing if it's a fit for what they do, and then actually, if they want to use that, then we get them started and I teach them how to use that. My favorite part of my job in the speaking and coaching world is actually meeting people that say, you know what, I really have been with my business for a year, and I haven't come from a sales background, and I'm struggling on how to actually get this off the ground and make it work. And so one of the favorite parts of my job is coaching with them one-on-one, and I do that just a little bit differently. It's kind of like on-the-job training, if you will. Typical coaches will coach over the phone, and mine is different in that I'm actually with the person and their prospects potentially, and teaching them how to actually say and do the best things that they can for their product and service. I got into this profession 5.5 years ago. I was in corporate America in a marketing and retail position for 20 years. Loved what I did, but I was working about 50 hours a week and not seeing my daughter grow up. And about 5.5 years ago, they were gonna move me to my 4th state, and that's when I said, yeah, I think I'm done. I was gonna be moved to Boise, Idaho. And that's when I said, you know, I think this is a good time for me to transition and help my daughter grow up and be there for her and not just see her an hour a day. So that's when I found my company and started working, and now I have a pretty large team with me. I found that the business model in network marketing, you're not held back by a salary. So you get paid on your performance, and what's nice is that nobody puts a glass ceiling on that salary. And it really is dependent on how much you want to work or how little you want to work. For a speaker or for an author like I did, there really is no specific training as far as becoming an author. What I did was I actually fell into this in that people were asking me, you know, the same questions over and over again. How do you do this? How do you do that? And my 2 co-authors and I realized, you know what, I think there's a need for what we have from our perspective. And so to become an author, really you just have to have a dream and a vision in your heart and want to tell it from your perspective. That's what really people are looking for when they pick up a book, is looking at the front cover or the back cover. Is it going to tell me in a couple of seconds, does this apply to me? And am I looking for a different perspective than what I know from just my own life experiences? What I learned the most in junior high and high school that's important to me now is learning to get along with people. There's so many different types of people out there, so many different life stories. People come from different backgrounds and cultures, and I think that most people in my profession, when you can relate to the masses, the most amount of people in a way where they can relate to your story and look and read it in my story and say, if she could walk through all of that, through trials and tribulations and the fires that she's gone through and still be successful, that's something for me. I think I can do that. English was so easy for me. I had a natural writing ability, so that did help in, you know, obviously in my becoming an author. I would say that anybody that wants to aspire to be an author, you'd want to be able to paint a picture. So if you can take the picture that's in your mind and put it on paper, so that when you describe that painting that's in your mind, that people can actually visualize it themselves, that's what I think would really be helpful for somebody that wanted to become a speaker or an author, because those two kind of go hand in hand. It wasn't until I went to college And I was forced to get up and speak every week in front of my peers and encouraged to get with groups where we had to do a group presentation at the end of our semester that I actually got good at it. And it wasn't until one teacher said to me, it was an actual speaking class, and after I did my speech, the class got to critique. And one person said, I didn't know you were nervous other than when I looked at your hands were shaking with the paper. And so the teacher said to me, after all the critiques went around the table, if you were to be given a second chance, would you be able to do that better? And I said, yeah, absolutely, I know I would. He said, good, get up there and do it again. To prepare to become a speaker or an author, be willing to be open to learning about life. You're going to have your own perceptions based on the way that you're raised and the environment that you're in. But if you really want to be a speaker and author and touch a lot of people with your message, then you have to be a student of life, not just a student of math or reading or writing. You have to be a student of life and a student of people and really pay attention to what is important to other people. And I think that's what gives us an interesting perspective when we put that on paper and put it into a book.